Alright guys, welcome back to Resident Evil 4. As you'll recall, last time we went through... There we go, making sure we actually had sound, that would be nice. Went through separate ways in the extra mode, and it was a lot longer than I expected. So, I was expecting us to do Assignment Ada last week, but since it took a lot longer than I expected, we'll be doing it this week, and maybe the Mercenaries as well. Honestly, that is going to depend on two things. One will be how long my voice lasts, because I've got a pretty bad sore throat today, so we'll see if it actually does last. And secondly is if I am, again, incorrect and Assignment Ada turns out to be way longer than I expected. And if that's the case, then we'll just do that, and I'll save the Mercenaries for a separate time. If it doesn't take that long, we'll probably show a shorter version of the Mercenaries, because at some point on my YouTube channel, I'll probably do like a full playthrough of the Mercenaries with all characters and trying to get the highest rank for everybody. But for now, not going to worry about it. We're just going to actually sit back and enjoy Assignment Ada. So, with that being said, let's hop in and get started. I've only played this once, and I remember almost nothing from it, so we'll see how this goes.
Have you retrieved the sample?
Not yet.
Some kind of trouble.
Settler. He knows.
Your extraction chopper will pick you up at the rendezvous point as planned.
I'll be there.
Mission objective, collect 5 Plaga samples and head toward the rendezvous point. Do I have a map for this? Yep, but it's probably not going to give me much, which makes sense. So, let's see what we can do. Inventory, what do we got? Ooh, wow. It's actually a bit more than I was expecting. Alright. Well, if that's the case... I assume, yes, these already are combined. So, machine gun, a rifle, and a pistol. Let's take a look here. Pretty good Punisher. Pretty decent TMP. How's the rifle look? These are all actually upgraded pretty well. Firepower's gonna be incredibly strong on all of them, so there's that at least. This is going to take some getting used to after playing Moonlighter for so many hours. See, these things are back again. Alright, did I skip anything back there? No, this is the branching path, so it looks like I need to go left here first. Although this is a section that Leon goes through, so there may not be... No, I guess there are things up here. Alright. What I have no idea about, though, is if there is a merchant in Assignment Ada. I don't remember there being one, but there could be one. So we may not have to worry about collection in terms of treasures. If it's just ammo and stuff, then it's almost going to be closer to playing like the Mercenaries would rather than the actual game. Give me a little bit of time to get used to controls again and practice. Anybody that watched me play the main game knows that I will probably not be using that TMP. You'll likely see it in Mercenary mode, because, you know, it actually makes a little bit more sense to use it there. But, here, likely not going to see it. Thought I could get out of that in time. Jeez, he had full body armor. There's no getting away from him. I had to, like, shoot him in the knee or something there. I think that's the first time we've seen that. Like, usually the enemies will sometimes have one or two spots you can't shoot him in. He had pretty much his entire upper body. You couldn't get him. I know you can shoot those out of the air. I'm pretty sure I've done it before. I don't think I've seen it. Did I show off her low kick? I don't remember now. I'll have to wait for another enemy, I guess. Of course, now that I know that big dude's gonna show up. There you are. Yeah, this actually seems like a pretty good time for hand grenades, since games hand them out like candy. Why not? There are very few things that cannot be solved in life by just throwing explosive at it. Exhibit B. That sounds like it's all of them. Cool. Now we can do the fun part of exploring, which is what Resident Evil has always been known for. Not survival horror. Maybe they expected that to be harder. The fact that they gave me a first aid spray and a green herb is kind of surprising, not gonna lie. There we go. As the OCD fans thank me, good grief, a lot of healing items. That's starting to get a little concerning that they gave me that many. Never showed that off in the main game, but yeah, if you aim right, you can actually get around the shields rather than just shotgunning them away. It's usually just easier to use a shotgun shell to knock them out, though. So hopefully everybody's doing well this Sunday afternoon. I guess it still qualifies as afternoon. I wouldn't really say it's evening until about 5:30, maybe 6. Unless you're playing Majora's Mask, where that guy's like, yeah, sorry, evenings is the time that I have off, and then apparently that qualifies as 3:30 to 4 is an evening. You try to throw a mace at me. Away with you. Nice. That was just more for fun than anything, but, you know. Alright, back to this. That ain't good. Alright, let's just get out of there before that gets any worse. Whoa! I thought I attacked all the guys that were up there. Weren't that many. Ah, it was you. Should have known. I'm not going to take the risk. I thought about it, but no, I'm not going to take that risk. Based on the damage that did, that might have been a good choice. Dummy. They even give you rifle ammo right there. It's just like they know that you're just gonna snipe them. Oh, that works. Oh, hi. Not sure what you were doing standing there, but, you know. Have fun. Alright, looks like next way to go. Time to infiltrate. We did it. We infiltrated. Quality infiltration. I ain't jumping down there. That's where the regenerators were. Though, since we don't have the scope, I don't expect to see them again. Give me a couple different ways to go here. Oh, wow, there's actually a lot of things. See, the stars are the samples that we need. I'm pretty sure is what they're referring to. But since this goes to a dead end, we'll go here first. Sir, it's not nice to point fingers. No drops. A hand grenade, nice. Don't know why I kept trying to default to no. I definitely want to take the grenades with me at any chance I get. And just slash off the back of his knees. Good grief, they usually don't ever take that long to die. You know what, let's shut off the TMP now. Largely in part due to the fact that the ammo was kind of getting in the way. Here's Plaga Sample 1. I mean, it's not the first one. I don't think it matters what order you grab these in. So we'll mark it off. Yep. Alright. This is the right way to go, yes. Looks like the way we came in. Dropping down doesn't seem to go anywhere, so we'll do this first. Yeah, this was where the thermal scope is. Now it's another Plaga sample. Awesome. Oh, that's right. These actually fit in your inventory. Well, if that's the case. So that's going to force me to more than likely not toss a fair bit of my ammo and a fair bit of my grenades. In the butt. If you can't go for the knees, go for the butt. It's just how it works. Alright, now that I got no extra TMP ammo, I'm gonna switch back. Not because I'm worried about running out, but now because it's not in the way. He says as he picks up more immediately. Yeah, no, leave it there. See, that I actually kind of want to keep. Problem is, there is literally nowhere to put it. I know 4 healing items is a lot, but I might end up needing it somewhere down the road, so I'm going to do this. Right now, that makes the most sense. Alright, I'm going to take one more look before we keep going. So there's 3 left, those are all back there. So yeah, we don't need anything from down there. If I jumped down that lower path, I might have found, like, I don't know, maybe a yellow herb at best. At least keep myself stocked up. Nope, don't need that. Can I operate the crane like I did last time? No, it doesn't look like it. Can you shoot through this? Oh, you totally just pick these guys off from here. Oh, yeah, easily. Ow. Question is, can I get in a spot where... Ooh, that ain't good. Let's go and use one of these. And I better just move. There we go. Now I got him in a lock here. Alright. Don't need that. Pretty sure they both just blew themselves up. Nice, totally did. I don't feel bad about using that red-green. There we go, that was what I was expecting to have happen. It's open. Oh, that's a lot of dudes. When in doubt, blow it up. Especially if the game just gives you the same grenade you just threw away. That works too. Alright, don't need any of this junk. Still haven't gotten the next sample. And none of those open. Alright. Onward. Another one? Good grief. Anything back here, or are these guys just supposed to be showing up here at a later point to try to ambush you? I don't know. This, yep, log sample. Oh, I don't want to throw a grenade away. I'm not going to. I got plenty of handgun ammo. Can afford to lose one bullet. The good news is this doesn't seem to be going near as long as Separate Ways was. Let me check something real quick. Alright, we're good. No, I didn't want to take that away with you. I'll take that, though, although it's going to be kind of hard to find a place for it. You know what? Leave it there for the time being. And we'll just do this. May end up tossing some of that handgun ammo in favor of rifle ammo if I can find a decent amount of it. It's locked. And that dude probably has the key, if I had to guess. Oh, okay. Apparently that was enough to one-shot me. That's good to know. Alright, so now that I know I can be one-shotted by that guy, I'll be a little bit more careful. Which is weird, seeing as he didn't one-shot me earlier. Well, we already know we're going to have to use one of these, so let's do this. Bye-bye. I thought for a minute that dude that took it, like, right underneath where he was standing actually survived that for a second there. Alright, we're going to have to go back to this. Yeah, we got him now. Oh, that's not what I was expecting. And I haven't taken any damage, so I can't just... Alright, you know what? I'll use this in favor of getting the max health, and then just take this with me. Oh, you're just over here. I was wondering where you guys were. Couldn't see you, but I heard you. Jeez, those things do a lot of damage. Alright, well, that gave us some space at least. Alright, which way do we need to go here? Oh, that's just a save room? Or I think what was a save room and now it's just where enemies happen to be. Alright. Actually, you know what? Let's really quickly grab this and... Might as well get it all the way up to full. I don't think we're going to need that in any dire situation, but on the off chance that we do, now we got it. And this room is going to have a sample in it. Oh, hi! Good grief, look at all that ammo over there. Discard this now, because I know I'm going to be grabbing all this. Give it 2 boxes of each. Grief. Yeah, just take it straight through the glass. Don't worry about how that happened, but we managed to do it. These are 2 blocks, so yeah, I've got enough space right now for one more. Oh, no, I don't. That looked like it was 2 slots. It's actually only 1. We'll leave that there for now, then. And since I'm assuming it gave us... Yeah, it totally gave us 1 of each. Let's just make a new one. Lock there to be a security system. Alright. I was expecting... Well, you know what? I've got 4 of these. Let's just use one now. There's your dank security system. Yeah, I'd completely forgotten that as well. I mean, it's kind of a... Like, I appreciate the idea because it basically means that, like, it starts out relatively easy. Like, it gives you 3 guns that are pretty strong power-wise. And, you know, gave me way too much healing and ammo, but that also means you have less and less space as you go on. I'd forgotten that they actually showed up in your inventory. I thought it was just like, oh, you need to collect these 5 things and then you're done. So that's kind of cool, but yeah, I'd completely forgotten about that. Speaking of things I completely forgotten about, I completely forgot about how to undo the security on this. Here's the sample I needed. Oh, no, it's not. This is making a lot of noise. This sounds like something I should press the buttons on. There we go. Oh, hey. I'm totally about to get clocked by that. Yeah. Oh, well. No, I don't want to waste the rifle. I got a better idea. There we go. Jeez, I'm so used to headshotting these guys with a rifle. Just one shots. I don't expect them to take that much damage. I was about to give me another first aid spray after it just give me one again there. I don't want to combine it. I want to get rid of it. There we go. Alright, now which way am I going here? Okay. I was looking at a completely different part of the map than this. Oh, am I gonna have to fight a boss here? I get... Oh, if I remember right, there's totally a boss fight here. Oh, please let me be wrong. Nope, I'm not wrong. It's Krauser. Oh, I was afraid of that. I was gonna say it's probably Krauser as well. And there lies my inability to hit X and C. Or, yeah, X and C, because I'm used to hitting Z and C thanks to Moonlighter. Oh, I was afraid of that. Oh, I don't even know what I want to try to fight him with. You know what, why not? It's not going to get used otherwise, let's be clear on that. No, call it a hunch, that's going to be enough to kill me. So I'm going to do this. Well, it would have been had it hit me. I guess the pistol, I don't know. Oh, okay. I was expecting to be able to go in for some kind of melee prompt there. I couldn't even fire then. That's actually really surprising. Like, when that prompt was up, I couldn't even fire. Like, I was definitely clicking the button. Prompt didn't even come up there? Aw, crud, I'm definitely dead. Yeah, no. I'm impressed I lasted that long with no health. Maybe the rifle is the option then. I don't think it is, though. I really don't think it is. Then again, I felt that like I was doing a lot of damage to him, and that clearly was not the case, so... Oh, yeah, way to just whiff that shot. I don't trust myself to stay alive through another hit. Wow, that actually worked pretty well. You gotta be fast on that reaction, though. Holy cow. There's the last sample. See, every time he would attack, you'd have to counter it, and then he'd do a couple backflips, and you'd have to aim at his feet and hit him immediately, and then that would make him drop. And then after he dropped, you'd have to hit him again, and that's how you did the bulk of the damage, I guess. Still, that was pretty insane. Holy crap. I think if you take out the cheap trick with a knife, though, the Leon fights against Krauser are still probably a little bit harder, but if you've upgraded your stuff well, then it's probably easier. Contact my evac chopper with this. Contact the chopper. Yep. I don't think it will let you unless you've got all the samples. Otherwise, it'll be like, I'm still missing some samples. I need to go back and get them.
Punctual.
Hello, Wesker.
Is Krauser there?
He's dead.
Pity. But after all, just another expendable grunt. Thanks to you, however, Umbrella's one step closer to its re-establishment. And once it is, there will be significant changes in our world.
Not very good even laugh, but oh well. So you have to fight Krauser 3 times, so it makes you wonder what the canonical order of fighting him is. Is it... I guess it's you fight him here first, and then Leon fights him, and then Ada fights him again. I think that's the order. But that's only a guess. So, yeah, that was about the, I was expecting the first one, Separate Ways, to be about twice that length, as opposed to probably closer to about 4.5 to 5 times the length of that one. But they were both really good. Also, I'm loving this music. I'm going to be quiet here and let this play. Alright, there we go. So you get to see a nice little chunk of that. Between the first and the second one, I feel like the quality is still pretty good. This one's a lot shorter in the sense of just kind of like a very basic mission. That would be about, since we're going to be doing Resident Evil 5 relatively soon, that's about the time it would take to do one of the longer stages in that game. So that's what I would equate that to. Whereas with the other one, I would equate that to doing about probably 2 full chapters in Resident Evil 5. Maybe not quite that much, but... You know, each chapter in that one felt like about a stage in Resident Evil 5, maybe a little bit longer than a stage. So overall, I would say this one was probably a little better in terms of just it actually felt like extra content. The other one felt like it was almost playing a second game. Watch the ending movie again? No, I think I'll pass. Appreciate it, but I'm good. So yeah, that was Assignment Ada. That was really, really short. I was expecting a lot more than that. So with that being said, we've only got one thing left to do, and that's show off the Mercenaries. Again, I think at some point on my YouTube channel, I'm actually going to like play every character, every stage, and show strategies for getting the best ranks. This time, I'm probably going to show each character once and each stage once. There are, I believe, more characters than stages. I believe there's 4 stages and 5 characters, if I remember right. So we might go back to another stage twice. But I do want to show off at least all of that. So, let's hop in. The Mercenaries. These pictures will also be grayed out aside from Leon's if it's your first time playing, because you have to unlock these characters. So you select your player and select your stage. So you've got Leon, Scott Kennedy, Ada Wong, Krauser, Hunk, well, we'll talk about him later, and of course Albert Wesker, who's actually got a pretty good loadout, and that's a lot of grenades. Holy cow. I forgot he only had that. I could have sworn he had more than that. I knew Krauser just had the bow, but he's got another ability, but we'll start with Leon. We'll just go right down the line. And then you pick your stage. As you can see here, I've already gotten the, got all the things unlocked. The butterfly right there is reference to unlocking Ada, the knife is Krauser, the helmet is Hunk, and then the sunglasses are, of course, Wesker. So by getting certain scores, you will get certain star rankings, and I believe you need 3 to unlock the next stage and 4 to unlock the next character, but I'm going to check that very quickly, make absolutely certain about that. As for how the Mercenaries works, we'll work on that, or I'll explain that once we actually get into the stage, because this plays a lot different from the main game, and honestly, I really love the Mercenary mode in this game, and in 5 and 6 for that matter. I've always played better at the Mercenaries modes than I did in story mode. This one's actually pretty hard, but at least compared to 5 and 6, but you know, like, that's probably for the best, to be honest. So you unlock this by just completing the main game, doesn't matter what difficulty you play on. So the way this works is you get score based on your kill counts. This is by combos and depending on the enemy you kill. So if you kill somebody like the Gatling gun guy, he's going to give you a lot more points than just a normal enemy would. So you get the combos by defeating another enemy within 11 seconds of the last one you killed. If you lose the combo, then you get the bonus, and then you can start up another one. You also get a... Let's see. For normal enemy kills, after the combo reaches 10, the bonus kill is 700 points. Defeating a non-normal enemy yields a different score in place of the normal enemies. So because of this, it's ideal to kill the special enemies during the 10+ combo rather than at the start of that. You're also obviously on a time limit. Once your time runs out, then the game is over, but there are clocks you can pick up around the stage to increase that. And I don't know if melee kills actually add extra time in 4. They do in 5 and 6, though. So the way to get the star counts is 0 to 10,000 will be 1 star. 10,000 to 2,000 is 2. 2,000 to 3,000 is 3. 3,000 to 6,000 is 4, and then anything higher than 6,000 will get you 5. So as you can see, my lowest score here is the desert stage. Just surprising, I figured it would probably be the castle, but I guess not. Let's see. So yes, in order to unlock the characters, you have to have at least a 4-star ranking, and to get the stages, it will show it. Let's see if I can find the stages. They're probably at the bottom. No? Interesting. No, you have all the stages by default, according to this. That's kind of surprising. Some other unlockables you can get from doing this is if you get a 5-star ranking on every stage with every character, which if I recall correctly, I have done that now, you will unlock the hand cannon for single player, and it is a beast of a weapon. So if you want to use that, it is an incredibly strong magnum. Aside from that, I think we are ready to go. I don't see anything else I really need to make note of in terms of Mercenaries here. So, I think we're just going to do it stage by stage. So we'll have Leon do stage 1, Ada Stage 2, Krauser 3, and Hunk 4, and then I'll just pick randomly, I guess, for Albert Wesker. So that being said, so I can pull my chat back up. Let's do it. I'm not going to feel bad about getting a phenomenal score here because I've already done it. And trust me, some of these scores are actually really hard to get. Eliminate as many Ganados as you can before your evac chopper arrives. I really love the music here, so I might be quiet for the first part of it. Successive kills will result in you earning more points. Mission start. Conserving ammo, by the way, is not a big deal in mercenary mode. It will drop you a lot. Very rarely will you actually run out, so there's no need to worry about being conservative with your ammo like you would normally in the main game. No thanks, I'm good. Oh, the clock's down there, crud, and there's probably nothing up here. Yep. Wait, where was that clock? Oh! All the way around there? Alright, cool, that's good to know. Alright, we're doing that again. I thought that would be at least, you know, possible to have been gotten from there. So the idea, again, is to do pretty much the opposite of what I just did. Usually your best bet is to probably play through a couple times and just try to figure out where all the clocks are. And then whenever you actually start up for your run that you want to try to get a good score on, you're just going to grab all the clocks before you do anything else. Because again, these will extend your time and you don't want to have to worry about when you're in the middle of a really good combo and then thinking, oh right, I've got to go and get this. Obviously, I've not played the Mercenaries in a while, and so as a result, I do not remember where the clocks are. I'm going to go and show this off. Bonus time, you'll have 30 seconds from now in which you will receive bonus points for each kill. I'm not going to make use of this first one, but I did want to show it off. Alright, away with you all. There we go. Obviously, this area of the village does alter slightly from the main game as well because it needs to be set up for mercenaries, not just the story mode. So, you know, there will be ladders where they weren't normally, ways to get up, or ways that are removed from where they were normally. Okay, either I have no idea where these things are, or there's not a lot of them. 90 seconds. There's got to be at least one more. Yeah, there's two more. There's 30, and I'm going to guess that one's probably a 60. No, it's 90. Wow. Alright. So with that out of the way, let's actually make use of the combo time, or bonus time. It's combo time in 5, so that's what I'm used to calling it. Obviously, the biggest deficit here, or the biggest downfall here, is reloading and making sure you don't waste your time doing that, or getting hit by a guy you're not supposed to get hit by. Also, getting the right amount of ammo for the right gun is obviously important, because some loadouts are going to be clearly better than others. Thankfully, for Mercenaries, a shotgun's actually not a horrible pick, all things considered. I was supposed to say, surely that didn't kill nobody. Rather not get my headset off, thank you. Eat that, and we're just going to try doing this. Excellent. I'm impressed that worked. Hi. Ah, nope, there goes my combo. Oh well. I thought I had more than that. As you could probably guess, and thankfully so, the mini-bosses that can show up are not going to have near the health that they normally do in the main game. And away with you. I know they're right behind me. Oh, I got so lucky just then. Also, unlike the main game, the corpses of the mini-bosses will not stick around after they've been defeated. So, if it's still there on the ground, then it's still alive. Actually, something I gotta check. And I'm pretty sure the answer to this game is no, but for Resident Evil 5, the answer would be yes. No, chickens do not count as kills. The reason that I checked for that is because in Resident Evil 5, not only do the chickens count as kills, there's a finite number of enemies on the map, and that may be the case for this one, I don't remember offhand. There's a finite number of enemies in the Resident Evil 5 Mercenaries maps. It's 150, and it's 250 if you play co-op. I think that's the right number. Oh, for crying out loud. Away. But the thing is, not only do the chickens count as enemies, because there's a finite number, you get a giant bonus for actually like killing all the enemies in the time limit. And yes, it can be done. It's actually pretty easy on a lot of the stages. But because the chickens count as enemies, this means that it's entirely possible that you could kill all the zombie enemies and be looking around for an enemy that's not there because you didn't kill the chicken that's in the stage. So there you go, 92,670. Rank 5 stars, and you get this picture of Leon standing in the subway with just people around him that aren't important to any Resident Evil game. They're just generically there. I don't know why they gave him this little thing, but yep. Enemies killed 73, max kills in a row 35, rank, and there you go. So by and large, some of the stages are not too bad. Usually it's not going to depend on the stage so much as the character you're playing as, because if your loadout's bad, well, you're out of luck. There's no nice way to put it. If you have a bad loadout, you're out of luck. And so, more often than not, if you ever want to know who the best character or worst character is, just check a message board of, like, best and worst Mercenaries characters for whatever Resident Evil you want to play, and most people will give you pretty honest opinions. Usually they're right, as well. Alright, so now we'll show off Ada's. Obviously, instead of having the pistol and the shotgun, she's got a pistol, machine gun, rifle combo, which is actually not terrible, especially compared to her loadout in another Mercenaries map. For her, we will do... Yeah, this is just overall high score. We'll do the castle. Even though she's probably better suited for stages 1 and 3 instead of 2 or 4. Now, I'll pick it up. I know you don't want to, but... it'll be okay. It won't bite you, I promise. We'll do that. I didn't use it, but the knife is still available, by the way. Should make note of that. I tried to run forward and you wouldn't move. So let's try to do that. Okay, I was going to say that was a lot more than 3. Yeah, here you even want to kind of shoot the barrels rather than anything else. That got higher up as it flew along. It's an anti-gravity scythe. Yeah, I kind of feeling that was going to happen. Well, we've got way too many incendiary grenades, so let's just get rid of one of those. Yep. Oh, right, I totally forgot that enemy was on the stage. I actually just ran into a dead end, didn't I? Oh god, I don't know if I wanted to extend the timer by 90 seconds. I'm pretty sure the answer to that is a resounding no. Oh, for crying out loud, he can hit me and I can't hit him. Are you serious? There's a third one? Where? I'm gonna have to try for it. I cannot believe I didn't get hit right there. Yep, now I'm back in the same spot that I just was. Oh, that's great. This thing has a really good firing speed. As long as that mini boss does not come down through here, I'm probably okay. If he comes down here, I'm dead. Like, no two ways about it. See, I see there's an herb down there, but I don't want to go for it. I'm just going to sit here and then we'll play another round. I'll show you the rest of the stage. This is honestly probably the hardest stage of the 4, though. What's the generic picture for Ada? That was just her walking in a door. That's nice. That was still good enough for 3 stars, mind you. So if that gives you an idea of how easy it is to hit 3, hitting 5 is what's difficult because there's such a big gap, because it's a 3,000 point gap instead of 1. We'll stick with Ada on this stage, I guess. I was going to say maybe it would be slightly easier to at least show off the stage with Leon, but I'm not going to worry about it. So I'll show off this half. So you can see, it's a pretty small stage. That was the only section that I didn't show off, was down here. That'll solve that problem for a bit. Oh no, wait, you can go up here too. I forgot about this. hoping that would be a healing item, but you know what? That'll have to do. Okay, so there is more to the stage. Oh, right, yeah, and when you get up here, these guys will come attack you. What are you doing? There we go. Keyboard was, like, acting its own accord there. That was really weird. Yeah, it still is. Just stopped moving all of a sudden. It is a wireless keyboard, so maybe I just need to replace the batteries, because it acted like it was kind of going a little bit slow yesterday. So that could be entirely possible. With you. I will say she has one of the better rate of fire when it comes to her weapons compared to everybody else. So I kind of want to go back to that point that I was at and just rifle, which I think is what I'm going to end up doing here. Another big key if you want to get around quickly but not have to deal with a lot of enemies is kind of take erratic pathways, stuff that they can't get to very easily. Stuff like climbing ladders that takes time for them to do. Yeah, I know you're standing right there. Okay. So I can get around. Yeah, I didn't think so. Goodness is now they're dead, so they can't fire at me. And they're but they're just literally tempting with the same thing that happened last time. I do not want to pick up that 90-second extension. But yeah, as you can probably guess, your bonus times where your big multipliers come in is to try to get them at the optimal time. So you just rack up kills like this. I'm afraid that I'm going to reload one time and that number's not going to go back up to 12 and I'm going to be stuck fighting with a pistol and a machine gun. And we're good for a little while at least. I don't think I'm going to use these unless it comes down to a big emergency, but the last thing I want to do is have to switch to one and then need to reload almost immediately. Please don't let him come over here. Thing is, this guy goes by sound, not by sight, so he might leave me alone. Obviously, killing him gets a lot of points, but, you know, that's not exactly a priority right now. Headshots don't give you any more points, by the way. Just headshots with the rifle are a pretty good chance to get a one-shot. It's not like the Nazi zombies map where you kind of, you know, want to leave like a crawler alive so you do a good amount of damage to it and then just let it move around. Oh, crud. Alright, good. I'm not going back out there where those dudes are shooting because I know I'm going to get shot before I can get to either of those herbs and I'm just going to die. At least I did better on my score this time because I actually picked up all the time clocks. Because why not? So there we go, 4 stars instead of 2. A little bit better. Yeah, obviously I did much better with Hunk. I think it's because, if I remember right, because we'll see him in a second, I think his machine gun's, like, really good. And honestly, machine guns are not a terrible choice in Mercenaries. Anything that's fast is usually your best bet. So if you have a semi-auto rifle, it's pretty fast, good choice. A fast shotgun and a fast, like, anything fast is a pretty good option. Oh no, we got Krauser first. Alright, so Krauser uses the bow and arrow, which is kind of awkward, but it does do a lot of damage, so there is that going for it. So we'll play the desert map. Eliminate as many Ganados as you can before evac chopper arrives. Successive kills will result in you earning more points. Transform Krauser's arm with Z. Press the left to attack and Z to cancel. Krauser can only transform when his arm starts to glow red. So this is a bonus ability that Krauser has. As you can see also, he has a different knife that actually has more range on top of that. And it's very good, thankfully. Otherwise he'll use a bow and arrow like so. Which again, since it's a bow and arrow, they kind of had to make it good. Oh, okay, cool. That's totally seems like a fair thing you should be able to do. Alright. Since I can't move, like, at all, let's shove Krauser's arm. He can literally just run right through people. It's actually pretty awesome. Unsurprisingly, it has a cooldown, because it kind of needs to, because of how stupidly overpowered it would be otherwise. I would like to be able to get out of this area. That would be nice. There we go. Yeah, put that bow back on. What are the stats on it? What is it? Oh, that's helpful. A bow that he enjoys using in his combat. Yeah, great. I wanted to know how much damage it did, dude. Obviously, the Gatling gun guy. So yeah, 4 shots with a bow and arrow and he gets knocked out, so thankfully they're not jerks and then give you something that's really bad. Krauser's actually not a terrible pick if you can play with the bow and arrow pretty well. And the same can be said for the other character that uses the bow in Resident Evil 5. If you can play them well, they're probably one of your best picks, but if you're not good with the bow and arrow, then you're going to be in trouble. I just remember on this stage there's a lot of 30-second timer pickups. There's not a lot of high-level ones, so there's a lot of low-level timers, but they're all over the place. think this might be a... Nope. I was going to say one of these I thought was full. I think I'm going to sit on the 3 minutes unless I can spot another timer from here, but it doesn't look like I can. By and large, this area is kind of complex and all over the place, just like the actual area in this part of the story. Oh, there's a couple down there. And boom. Come on, let me... There we go. I'm gonna do that. Grab all the arrows. Yeah, no, you don't ever run out of ammo with Krauser. It does not happen at all. It really doesn't. Because the upside is, and see, the arm's already back again. The upside is, even if you get put in like a really bad spot where there's just a ton of enemies, that's kind of what you save his arm ability for, and you don't use up any ammo. It's just on a cooldown when you use it, so that's how you clear out a bunch of enemies. So ideally, you just wait for a ton of enemies to show up while you've got the arm, and then just stand next to like one of the time bonuses or the combo bonuses, and then activate the bonus, and then activate his arm, and just kill like 5 or 6 of them right there. I'm not going to go for that last timer. I'm just going to sit on what I got. One, 0. Kill some idiots at the end, because why not? That's an interesting picture there. It makes it look like he survived like the island area when he didn't. Pretty much everyone aside from him and Sadler didn't. Like, Ader survives, Leon survives, obviously Wesker survives. I guess Mike would be the only other person, the guy in the helicopter in Leon's story, that dies. So even though 47 enemies killed, that was still good enough for 44,000, which is, you know, pretty decent chunk of the way through that 4-star and on the way to 5, so not too bad. Could definitely do better, though. Like, if I was practiced for it, which I did not practice at all, then I could definitely be hitting 5 stars on most of these. Alright, Hunk. We'll have him fight on, Pier, I guess. More often than not, in the Mercenary maps, you'll see, like, the last map in Mercenaries in 4 and 5, and I think 6 as well, will be an area you never see in the main story, and this is one of those. If I could get my foot to prop up correctly. There we go. So Hunk uses a custom TMP, which, if you examine it, is a little bit better, needless to say, than the main one. Because it also has almost no recoil, unlike the other TMP. Like with Krauser 2, there is a distinct advantage in playing with only one weapon. It makes you vulnerable to certain things that are hard to combat because you have no shotgun, no rifle, whatever. But it makes it very easy to know which items you do and don't want to pick up. Because you're only grabbing one ammo type, I'm not going to be seeing any pistol, rifle, shotgun ammo here. It'll just be the machine gun ammo. And even the main drops that they have on the ground like this, those will change depending on who you play as. So it won't have that machine gun ammo there if I picked Leon, for example. A very good strategy, which we'll be seeing in Resident Evil 5, is a lot of the time, some people have weapons that, how do I put this tactfully? They're not very good. They're kind of crap. And so what you can do to trick the game into not making that ammo type drop anymore is you can actually discard the gun as well. So let's say you start with a shotgun, a magnum, and a rifle, and the rifle is like, it's a bolt action rifle, it's slow, it's crap, you don't want to use it, which is completely fair. Oh right, I forgot this dude was here. And a run for my life, one moment. But let's say you don't want the rifle. Okay, throw the rifle away. Like, literally just go in your ammo and discard the rifle. You won't have to deal with it anymore, and it won't spawn in any rifle ammo from that point forward. Any that you're holding onto, you'll have to discard as well. But it's a small price to pay for getting rid of an item that you really didn't want to keep. I probably could have just gotten away with a regular green there, but whatever. Oh, he totally just got me killed there. Nope. This is basically the Chainsaw Man equivalent of him just slashing his chainsaw around like mad, like he's doing here. And that will insta-kill you. If you touch him, you die. That's all there is to it, so don't let him get close to you. Also, get in the doors whenever you're trying to. That's also very helpful. Problem is with tank controls, you really need to move. When you need to move then and there. Yeah, I'm dead. I don't know why he didn't turn around. I hit Q several times and he just kind of stood there. Thanks for that, game. Appreciate it. Let me make sure. Q can do a quick turn, right? Okay, just didn't want to. That's cool. Yes. I don't know why it defaults to no sometimes, and it's like very insistent on picking no as well. It's because you can move your mouse in the PC version, but I'm not moving it whenever I interact with objects like that. Like, I don't move the mouse to turn the camera because it's very slow. The only time I'm moving the mouse is after I've held down right click, which means I'm aiming down the sight. Like so. Not sure if the grenades are the best in the world on this map in particular just because of the special enemy, but I'll hang on to them either way. If I don't need them, I don't need them. That did not hit me, and you know it. These guys with the crossbows are really starting to get annoying. Alright, so I'm about to die here. Do that. And then we will go out of the menu. Thank you. Thankfully, he can't hit you while you're actually climbing the ladder. So once you're in the animation, you're good. For, you know, the next, like, 2 seconds. I'll get up onto that platform right here. I think I go here and then up. Yeah, and then I can drop down and go there. Okay. Thankfully, this stage, because it's bright, and that's going to be my excuse, like, it's bright and it's easy to see, it's pretty easy to find all the clocks on this one. Oh, that was painful. Alright, now you're just trying to stop me from moving. I don't appreciate that. Turn around, thank you. Alright, we've got to get rid of all these guys that are just in the way. Hey, he actually died. Awesome. And thankfully, I think only one of those spawn throughout this entire section. Maybe a second one does. I hope I'm wrong on that, and that it's just one. But now that that guy's out of the way, it's going to be leaps and bounds easier. He says as he gets hit immediately. What? Yeah, I don't even know where that shot came from. Okay, seriously, where's that shot coming from? Get out of here. If I recall right, it does fall the same category that Resident Evil 5 does, in the fact that if I kill enough of those dudes with the crossbows, like, there's a finite number that spawns in. And once they're all gone, they can't spawn in anymore. That's assuming that there's a finite number of enemies at all in this. No, there is another one. I just heard him. He's back. Oh, I don't know what that was, but I know it's time to leave. Ooh, that was not good. Move! Don't care what that was. Don't want to know. Spin grenade, kill him over and over again. Nope, didn't work that time. Move! No, not right now. I do not need that. Thank you. I'm pretty sure that guy just blew himself up. But whatever. Oh, did he die? Oh, he died. Yes. Thanks for that, and I'll be running now. Of course. Ow. Yeah, I know what's about to happen. Nice try. Yeah, go ahead. Do it again. Oh, that's right. You can't because you died. Oh, well. No, we're going to use that. Nice try. I'm not falling for that. I'll go back to this for a bit. Give up the combo in favor of killing these guys. Down here? Yeah, there he is. See him. Get out of here. Oh my gosh, come on. Alright. There, that'll keep him busy for a second. See, this is making me think there's a finite number because I might have just killed so many of them. It could be that, and it could also be the fact that at least in 5, again, I've had way more experience playing Mercenaries 5 than Mercenaries 4. The enemies will spawn in on different sections of the map, and particularly in 5, this is very apparent with the boat dock level, is that they might spawn in, but they may not actually move towards where the player is just because they can't see where the player is. And so as a result, you might think you've cleared out all the enemies, but of course the game didn't end in 5 because you haven't cleared them all out, otherwise it would have just automatically finished. And the end result is you'll go around looking for the enemies, and all of a sudden just like a group of them will just come running at you, and you're wondering where they've been that entire time. Okay, he died. Ah, there's another one. I'm pretty sure we're good on the 5 stars, if anybody cared. I didn't, but if you did, we got it, I'm pretty sure. Since we're at 59.4 and have a combo of 12. Yeah, we're good. Oh, I thought you died. There you go. Done. Mission end. 63,540. Just nowhere close to my high score. I'm shocked that that was with Ada. I do not remember getting the high score with Ada. I was almost certain it would be Krauser. Because the bow and arrow is really good on that, like, Psycho Chainsaw dude. It works really, really well. But you know what? That's good enough for me. So we'll have this picture of a random soldier going through what looks like the lower deck of a ship. Because, you know, it's important. There's another character similar to Hunk in Resident Evil 6 called Agent. He's basically just an extra character that they added into the game, but we'll get into that when we get into it. Because, well, again, this is a bit of a project to show you how the Resident Evil stage have slowly fallen by the wayside. But 4 is pretty solid, so for now, we can continue. And for this one, I just rolled a random number generator with Wesker to see what stage he'd play on, and it came up 1, so we'll be playing on stage 1. Yes, look at him wearing his sunglasses in all black. I'm actually wearing all black right now, so I guess that makes me Albert Wesker. Because these glasses have a slight tint to them that makes things darker, so they are, in a way, they are sunglasses. You'll notice, though, that he's got the Killer 7, which is a weapon that I didn't use in-game, which is incredibly strong, a rifle, but he also has a silencer for his handgun. Silenced version of the custom-tuned 9mm handgun. Its chance of critical headshots... That's the wrong version of it, you turkeys. Is increased by 5 times. That upsets me more than it should. Anyway, so yes, it is a silencer pistol attachment. However, you can't pick that up in the main game. The only time you ever see it is here. Just kind of sad. It'd be kind of cool to try to like stealth through the majority of the game with Leon using the default pistol. But it just never happens, so... Bit unfortunate, that. So if you don't know much about Albert Wesker, we'll talk about him a lot more in 5. Here he's just kind of basically the person that is telling Ada where to go and what to do. So for now, he doesn't seem to be too terribly important, but trust me, to the Resident Evil veteran, he is very much important. Thrust punch. If that looked a little bit crazy for a human to do, trust me, that's a good reaction. As was that. It looked cool, though. Ooh. No, I'm pretty sure that had to have gone through the door in order to hit me there. I just love showing that off, it's so freaking awesome. Ooh. Let's pick up some more of the combo bonuses and then actually start to make some progress here. I swear I missed one, but I guess not. So what we'll do now is cause a little bit of chaos. As soon as I can get around that tiny one step that you have to go this way for. Oh, I thought this went to your time bonus or combo bonus. I'm just gonna have to start calling it combo time because that's just what I'm used to calling it, so I should just call it combo time and just not worry about it. Bonus time! There you are. Yeah, I don't think the game is stupid enough to give you magnum ammo for Wesker. And we'll just do that. There we go, that's what I was waiting for. It's just fun to watch them fly like that. Yeah, I technically ran past that, but my hitbox wasn't past it, so that's unfortunate. Alright, let's try that again. Also, again, for anybody that knows Albert Wesker, Chainsaw the Neck would definitely not kill him. There's no way that would kill him. A normal human being? Yes, absolutely yes. But Albert Wesker? Nuh-uh. Oh, that was just an explosive barrel. $90. Yeah, I knew I wasn't going to get out of that completely. Just go up here. Be faster. Or I could have trouble jumping through the window and it could just slow me down even more. That works too. I think that is all of them. If not, I'm missing one, but it's not the end of the world if I miss one. So I think we're okay. I haven't done this in a while. It's just so satisfying to watch. Problem is, it's a lot easier to get the leg or the head stagger than the leg stagger. Not sure why that is, but it's definitely the case. Something about having him have that grenade sit like on his back, the back part of his jacket, just looks really funny. I guess it's a suit because the jacket and the pants match, so it is a suit, not just a blazer. Well, that poor guy just happened to get in the way. That was his own fault, though. The thing about Wesker in the Mercenaries for 4 and 5 is his melees do an insane amount of damage. To the point where, on normal enemies, pretty much all of them are insta-kill. Like so. And so, when you play this in 5, if you get a kill using a melee attack, you actually get 5 seconds back on your timer. So you can see why it's actually pretty easy to kill 150 enemies if you really know what you're doing. Because, like, right there, I just killed 4 enemies, so boom, there's 30 seconds. Sure, just keep taking stuff, it's fine. Yeah, there's no getting away from that. Alright, fine, one more try. I don't know why, sometimes it just doesn't work for that. So I'm used to the chainsaw men / women, even though it's only chainsaw guys in 5. You can't stagger them with a pistol. It just, you can't. If you fire enough bullets, it will stagger them, but like a headshot, you know, like this, that didn't work in 5. So maybe it just only works occasionally here. Which would, in hindsight, make more sense. See, there's the critical headshot times 5 right there, kicking in all of a sudden. There is a pistol like that in Mercenaries 5 as well. It's called the PX4. Wesker doesn't have it, but there is another one like it. Sure, I'll just avoid you here. But the reason it's odd that they gave him a silencer is, like, he's only in mercenary mode. You don't need silenced weapons at all for anything. Like, the best that the silenced pistol is going to give you is the fact that the dude that can hear by sound only in the castle won't be affected by you firing when you're using this. Presumably. I don't remember offhand, but that would make sense if that was the case. And if so, that's a really weird reason to add the silencer. I'm assuming it's for the critical headshot, but just very, very strange choice to make. Sure, Wesker appreciates me having to keep him in this dinky little village while he could be off conquering the world. And that was the number I was expecting to see come up. Yeah, and unfortunately I got distracted because somebody was busy hacking and sneezing specifically outside my door. It was important that it was in front of my door instead of, you know, anywhere else. Alright, now one more time, preferably without the interruptions for no real reason. I wish I could remember what movie it's from, but if I ever get the chance, I might add it onto OBS somewhere where it's the idea of basically telling someone to never come knocking, and it's like, even if you end up not hearing or seeing from me for days, and after a while you start to hear, smell a really foul smell that could only be the stench of death from my rotting corpse, even then, don't come knocking. That one. I'd play it every time, but the problem is that would mean that in a 4-hour stream, probably about an hour and a half would be me just playing the clip over and over, thus rendering it more of just watching that one segment from the movie. The good news is everybody would have it memorized by then, since I clearly do not. Wish I could remember what movie that's from. It's bothering me that's not. I should know it. It's actually one I've seen. Really? Only 4? Good with the rifle, I wonder. I haven't messed with this yet. Good enough for one shot. That's something, I guess. Aha! There you all are. Go back to this, since the chainsaws are afoot. It's got a good rate of fire, again, so it's not bad for a rifle. I typically use rifles in Resident Evil, if you couldn't tell. There she is. Oh, come on, really? Bad time to run low on ammo. But we have this, and that's what this is for. Alright, 3 shots. Make them count. That would not be what we call making them count. Nope, I'm not falling for that a 4th time. Technically, I shouldn't even fell for it twice. I have no idea why that veered off to the right like it did, but it did, so that was the thing that happened. Actually, you know what? And get out of here. Alright, let's take a look here. That's pretty much all I got left right now. Pretty sure I got out of that, but okay. Of course. Alright, yeah, no, that's gonna be the last run. I'm not gonna do another one. For clarification's sake, I don't even know what happened there, because the last, like, where I ran through her, and I'm using this term loosely, when I ran through her and then ran to the other one, I wasn't touching the keyboard. I went up to scratch my nose, so I don't know why he was still moving. I should have just stopped completely. So, that was, in fact, a thing that happened. So, aside from my keyboard apparently needing a new battery... Okay, that definitely just went down from game start to exit for a second, and now my hands are behind my head, so I know I wasn't touching the keyboard there. Alright, so what we've learned is Mercenaries is pretty good, but make sure if you're using a wireless keyboard that your batteries are up to date. It's very important. Stupid. So, of course, in the movie gallery, you can view all the movie stuff. You can watch Lewis die again if you're into that kind of thing. Shows you stuff from separate ways as well. Again, don't really care for any of that. Thank you for saving the game after watching movies. not a VHS. We don't need to rewind it. That's really me showing my age, isn't it? So for Resident Evil 4, that's by and large it. The rest of it's just leaderboard, main game. Already seen it all. So, keeping in mind that I played, of the 3 games we're doing, I played Resident Evil 5 first, and then 4, and then 6. So this is not the first one that I played between 4, 5, and 6. And since then I've gone back and played a couple of the other ones, Revelations 1 and Resident Evil 2. I should play the remaster for 1, but that's not the point. The point is this game's actually pretty good. I don't know if I would consider it like a true horror game, but then again, when I think horror, I think stuff like Amnesia, etc. And I don't really prefer that kind of game. I would put this more towards, instead of survival horror, specifically survival and less towards the horror. For this game in particular. You know, it's kind of creepy, you know, kind of dark atmosphere, but not super scary or anything like that. However, the survival aspect goes from being, from 4 to 5, as you will see, it goes from being survival as don't die in 5, where to this one you can actually get put in some tight spots because you're low on ammo. As you'll see in 5, that almost never happens. There's one time in the game I can think of where that happened to me, and after I realized a workaround for it, it did not become a problem anywhere in the game. So we'll be seeing that later. So, whether you think it's a big horror game or not, game's pretty good. Like, I would honestly recommend playing this game. I think it's a good Resident Evil to start with if you don't care about the story and you kind of want to get into the older, you know, tank-style controls and want to learn how to play. This is a good place to start. Story-wise, I don't even know what your best bet would be to start with, honestly. But for Leon Kennedy's story, I would say probably 2 and then 4. But if you want to go for better gameplay, since 2 did not age well, if you're going with the initial, I would say buy this, and then if you like this one, go back and play 2 and see how that one feels. In terms of Resident Evil 5, we're not going to be seeing Leon Kennedy at all. We're not going to be seeing Ashley, thankfully. We won't be seeing Ada. Wesker will return, however, so he will be in there. Krauser obviously is dead at this point. But a lot of the characters are going to be in different storylines, and we're going to be seeing a new character for that as well. And then in Resident Evil 6, we'll be seeing Leon again, as well as that new character, along with some others, and Ada will make her return as well in 6. Until then, I think I'm going to go ahead and end things off here. I know the stream has... Well, actually, no, there is one more thing I want to try, because I want to see how well it runs, mostly out of curiosity. So you know what? I'm going to check something really quickly here. We're going to hop to intermission, because there's something I wanted to try. So, in terms of what it's changed for me, play-wise, been about the same. I still enjoy playing it. I think it's a good game. It's a game I could, you know, easily go back and play just if I had, you know, a little bit of time and just wanted to play Resident Evil. I feel like that would be a good one to play. And 5's kind of that way as well. 6? No. I would say not so much, but I think the word I'm looking for is no. It's just not the same. And 5 is still playable. Now, the thing I need to figure out with 5 is if I'm going to do that co-op or not, because it's the first Resident Evil game in the main series, so we're not counting Outbreak, that is actually co-op. And so you can play with a second player, or you can play with an AI as your partner. And the AI is good in some instances and bad in another. For example, there's one boss fight where one person will have to interact with something, another person has to take a shot at an object. And if the AI is taking the shot at the object, they don't miss. Not even like with a rifle, magnum, shotgun. They don't miss, ever. And so they're really good for stuff like that, but other times they're not very bright, shall we say. So what I'll probably end up doing is, depending on if anybody does want to play 5 with me, I'll probably do the main story by myself, and then maybe do the DLC co-op. And the DLC will be Lost in Nightmares and Desperate Escape, so there'll be 2 separate things of that. And they're honestly, if you combine the time between Assignment Ada in separate ways, it'll take about the same amount of time that Lost in Nightmares and Desperate Escape do, but I feel like they're balanced better in terms of time. So, you know, both of them are longer than Assignment Ada, but neither of them are as long as Separate Ways. So, we'll see if that's an issue. Again, I don't think it's going to be the biggest issue in the world. I'm going to quickly hop over to Twitch to change the game, even though this is going to be a very quick practice to see if this will actually work. Because I'm curious to see if it will. It's not something I'm going to be doing anytime soon, but I'm curious to see if it works. So, just cancel that out. Oh, I do need that. Okay, well, no, can I just do that? Yeah, let's do that. Don't know how I was being picky there, but let's see if this works. So I'm curious to see if it will actually fly or not. Yeah, it looks like it is, surprisingly. And again, I'm not going to be playing this anytime soon, but I'm curious to see if this actually will run. If I do end up playing Overwatch on stream at any point, I am definitely playing it with friends. I'm not doing it by myself. It's just not going to happen. But if this lags like you would not believe, then I'm not going to worry about it. And it's not be the end of the world if not, but we'll see if it runs. So we'll just go into, like, practice range, see if it works. And surprisingly, thus far, it looks like it's been okay. Not what I would expect, but not complaining.
Justice ain't gonna be spent.
Yeah, it looks like it's running all right. I'll probably go back and watch the VOD later, see if it actually is like super laggy for you guys, but we'll see how good or bad it is or isn't. Thus far, it's running pretty good here, but of course, one important thing that we all need to know is that it is, in fact, had to be shown, because, you know, if you're going to play Overwatch, you gotta have some memes. This has got to be painful for any McCree players that are watching this. McCree is one of my worst offensive characters, but I figured he'd be a decent one to see how bad it lags with. It's not like playing a sniper where, you know, you need to have really fast speeds, and otherwise it just won't fly. With McCree, you can kind of get away with it. So the good news is it actually looks alright. I'm surprised by that, but pleasantly surprised, actually. What's going on, Arcade? Oh, Lucia Ball. No thanks. So it's good to know at least. It does run. I'm pleasantly surprised by that. Very surprised by that, actually. I honestly thought it was going to lag something fierce. So that's good to know. So I might, at some point, do like an Overwatch night with friends. We usually don't play that long, and it's usually pretty late at night. But now that summer's around, that usually doesn't matter for at least the younger audience. So we shall see. In the meantime, I've got to figure out my schedule for this upcoming week. We are going to be doing Dokapon still. As for what else I'm planning on doing, not entirely sure yet, so I will figure it out as time progresses. And I might end up doing like a midweek stream depending on what days I have work. Till then, thank you guys for watching. I will exit Overwatch and see you all probably within the next couple days. Also, if you've not seen it, I would highly recommend you check out my Twitter, only because, specifically I mentioned this one, because I actually posted some pics of my new chair, and it is very, very nice. I finally got a new one, so as you can hear, I'm like rocking back and forth, and it's not squeaking violently. It actually has both armrests, which is really, really weird. But it's very nice, honestly. So if you have not seen pictures of that, go check it out. Would highly recommend it. If you're looking for a good chair for like $100, pretty good option. I got this one for $80 and shipping was about $30, and I've very much enjoyed it. Very good backrest. Feels very stable. It's not hard to put together at all. There's only 2 types of screws. All you need is a Phillips head. Pretty simple. Would recommend 2 people though, because you definitely need 2 sets of hands, just because some things are harder to put together when you only have 1 set of hands, because you need to kind of have somebody holding it and another person screwing something in, or, you know, something of that nature. In the meantime, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all sometime later in the week. Take care.